Facebook and Instagram, and we were not able to connect. So we're trying it here. We used to do shows regularly every night on You Now. So we're going to try this again. We have a very special guest. Hey, Anthony, thanks for joining us here. You're just going to follow us everywhere. I'm so grateful that you're on. We are all about positive pageantry and being able to highlight what title holders are doing all over the world to be able to make a difference in their community. So we've had many different title holders on that have come and shown their story. Hey, Cassie, how are you? Thank you for being here. My name is Stacy. If you haven't already, please become a fan. We call our fans Crownies. And then we also have Facebook. So we have Facebook page at Pageantrynow, where you can see previous interviews and see different updates on different pageant things that are going around the world, as well as, hey, Dani. All right, let's try this. All right, see if it'll allow you to raise your hand so I can pull you up into it. Hey, Anthony, thanks. Hey, Safwan, how are you? Thanks. I'm Stacy. Thanks for being here. We're trying to get Dani to become a guest. So we're going to see one person once. All right, let's pull it up. All right, it says it's asking you. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Dani. It says it's letting you join. So we're connecting. Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Oh, you're here.
Yay, we did it. Oh my God.
Marketing people are not able to connect. There is such a problem in the world. What is
Oh
that
my
all about?
God. Oh, well, thank you so much for keep on trying and everything like that. You're so good.
I feel so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell us who you are, tell us title, and then we'll make it short because I know it's late there. So I'm so
No
grateful that you're
worries.
here.
No worries at all. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm Miss Elegance of the World 2019, and they're a UK pageant set up by Anthony Turner, who you met a while ago. And they're like every other kind of pageant, but a little bit different. They focus kind of on inner beauty and they focus on charity. And their chosen charity is Cancer Research UK. So the rounds are interview, evening wear, swimsuit, and they also have a fashion round, which is kind of fun. And
that's fun.
Yeah, definitely. And they also have an ambassador program. So they get ambassadors to promote the pageant and get people involved and like maybe contestants enrolling. So that's what I was doing last year.
Awesome. Oh wow. So I
Yeah.
know last year you had another title and you came on the show and we got to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
So to come back, I mean, and I know for those of you that are in the UK, you might be familiar with Dani. I know you've done some TV shows. So I mean, you've done stuff stateside as well, correct?
No, mainly in Ireland and the UK. I'm an actor, so I've done the Great War Diaries on Irish TV. I've done Street Dance, the feature film. I've done Coach Trip Road to Marb, so that's like a reality show that was on in the UK. Bits and pieces here and there. So nothing stateside.
We're so happy to have you. Thank you so much. We're so glad that you're here. I'm so glad we were able to finally get you.
Finally.
Good. So it's a good thing we started early, right? Because now it's only midnight there.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your pageant experience and what made you decide to compete in a pageant?
So when I was younger, I actually wasn't like really sporty or anything. I loved acting and everything, but I wanted to set myself a goal, a little challenge. So I went for Miss Teen Dublin and got crowned Miss Teen Dublin. So I was 17 then, and I loved it. Like I loved absolutely everything about it. So I didn't want to stop there. I went on to compete in Miss Ireland as well. But back then, like we didn't have a lot of pageants here either. So then I started looking at the UK, and I went on to do Miss Worldwide. Won it somehow. And now I have the title of Miss Elegance Worldwide. So they're sending me to the US in July to compete in Miss Global United States. So I'm so
So
excited.
tell me a little bit about that as well. So you're going to be coming here stateside. So you're
Yes.
coming to Florida. So you'll be like 3 hours away from me. So I think
Yes.
we're going to have to make this happen where
Yeah,
I come and
definitely.
do you interview.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
So Miss Global United States goes on for 4 days, and kind of similar rounds as well. They have interview, they have swimsuit, the evening gown, and I think we'll be doing different activities throughout the days as well. So I'm so excited about it, and it's only a couple of months away. It's coming really fast now, so
Yeah, it's going to
should
be,
be good.
it's the first week in July. I think it's July 4th weekend, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
well, for you don't know what well, for us,
I
July
do, I
4th is really
do.
how many times have you been in the States?
A good few. I have family there, in Florida as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and in New York and Syracuse, and also my partner, he's from Boston, so we go over a good bit.
Okay. So you've probably popped back and forth a couple of
Yeah,
times. There you go.
yeah.
Awesome. All
But
right.
I've never
And
competed
okay,
in the States, so I'm excited.
so and how does Miss Elegance work into global U.S.? Because I always thought the global U.S. was more like a United States title. So is it something that you're transitioning to United States competition
So
or?
So Miss Elegance is quite a new pageant, and Anthony Turner, he has such a passion for pageantry. He started looking at all the international titles. He really wanted his queen to compete internationally, and he saw Miss Global in the US, and touched base with the director there, and they had a few talks and everything, and they worked something out that their queen could come over and compete, which is fantastic, you know. It's definitely an exciting opportunity that I probably wouldn't have got if I didn't receive this title. So
That's fantastic. And so for you, I forgot to ask the question I ask everybody. I think I asked the last time you were on, but I will ask it. Do you like frogs? Why or why not?
do I like what? Sorry?
Do you like frogs? Why or why not?
Frogs? Yes, I think they're so cute and they jump really high. I've never actually eaten one. I don't think I could. But yeah, they're fun and they're a bit crazy and they are cute.
Well, I would think that in Ireland you've got quite a lot. Like there are parts of the United States where there are no frogs, and so when I ask people that question, they go, "No."
I love
But
it.
it always elicits some kind of response immediately. It's either "Yeah, I love them" or "I don't know." But
yeah,
I
no,
get
we have a good few frogs here. But yeah, I think they're cute. I like them.
they're cute. Okay, all right. So, what is your favorite part about competing in pageantry?
I think it's definitely setting myself goals. Because even when you sign up to a pageant, you're taking on a number of different challenges. I mean, it's just like one stepping stone to the next. And even if you see yourself getting on to the next one and accomplishing something, it still adds up to the next. So you're definitely progressing and pushing yourself. I do think pageantry helps you be the best version of you can be as well. So it's a good challenge.
And what's your favorite part of the competition? So do you like interview? Do you like swimsuit? Sorry.
I do like the interview because I always find it interesting to see who the judges are and how they kind of approach it and the questions they come up with. And I do like having the chats. But I also like the evening wear. I love fashion and the big dresses and everything. I do love evening wear. And I do like the evening wear walk on stage. It's quite classy. I enjoy it.
I always tell everybody it's like being the pretty princess. Because yeah. I mean, in today's society, we don't really. I mean, you guys have royals. We don't. So I don't know. In Ireland, do you consider the royals your royals?
Yeah, some people do, I guess. And they come over a lot, and they are quite involved in Ireland. So.
Yeah, I was going to say they're there quite often, so I guess that makes things more complicated as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and England is so close to us as well, so it's just across the pond.
Yeah, you're gonna come to Disney World and be like, we got real castles.
I've been to Disney World in Florida. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I
no,
loved
it's
it.
one of my favorite places in the world to go. And I mean, I've been to Disney World and Disneyland. There was something to me more magical about Disneyland just because I had never been in all the years, and
Yeah.
it's much smaller and much more compact. But I think that there was something more. The history was there. I mean, we don't really have American history, so it's as close as we're gonna get.
Oh, but I love Disney World. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So tell me more about the community service that you work with. I know that it's for Cancer for UK.
Cancer Research UK, yeah. So Miss
Okay.
Elegance supports Cancer Research UK. So I've signed up to the women's mini marathon. And as I said, I wasn't that sporty as a kid, but I'm going to the gym now and trying to be fit and be
Mini
healthy.
marathon?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm working towards that. It's not till June, so I have a bit of time. And I'm also planning to do a little auction for Cancer Research UK. I'm just kind of
Okay.
sourcing items at the moment, but hopefully I'll have some exciting items up for auction and raise a bit of money for them. I'm also
Fantastic.
supporting the Irish Heart Foundation. Do you remember I was telling you I've always kind of volunteered and supported them? So I spent Valentine's Day volunteering for them. I was just doing bag packing in the shops and talking to people, and like everyone was in such good spirits on Valentine's Day. It was really nice. Yeah.
So for you, I know that community service is a big part of who you are. Is that something that you look for when you're looking for a pageant to compete in, or is it something right now that in Ireland you have to kind of be a little bit more diversified with what your pageantry choices are?
Um, yeah, like I think it's definitely something I look for in a pageant because it gives you that little drive, and regardless of how you do in the pageant, at least you know you've accomplished something by helping someone else and giving back. So yeah, Miss Elegance, like they're very focused on charity, and they've already raised so much money for Cancer Research UK, which is amazing. So
Wow,
yeah, so it's kind of like everyone's winning, you know.
that's fantastic. Yeah, when I lived in Texas, I worked with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society,
Yeah.
and our particular team did endurance programs. So they did, either 100-mile cycling rides or marathons or half marathons
Wow.
or
Oh my
triathlons.
gosh.
And
Yeah.
the group that I was with over the course of several years raised enough money to um, fund one of the universities here for the discovery of a new medication called Gleevec. I mean, now it's not so new, but back then it was really groundbreaking because it was all about, because it works for leukemia. So
Oh wow.
at that point, there wasn't any real medications other
Yeah.
than really harsh chemotherapies. So,
Yeah.
and I'm a 3-time survivor going through chemo right now.
I
So
know. I
I
remember you
appreciate what
saying,
you're
gosh.
doing. So thanks so much.
Well, you're an absolute inspiration to all of us. I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
You know what?
Um,
It's what you have to deal with. You either choose to or you choose not to. And I'm not a not to kind of person, so you deal with
yeah,
it.
that's why we love you.
So tell us about like what you're doing with both of your titles and what your plans are in the future. Like if you win the title here with Miss Global US, how is that going to change things for you? Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. We haven't thought that far. Okay.
No, I have, but I'm like, how do you even put that into words? Well, the Miss Global finals was on like this week, and we watched Miss Global United States Pamela compete. She did absolutely amazing. She came first in swimwear. She got runner-up prizes in interview and evening gown. She came fourth. She did absolutely amazing. So just
Oh
even watching
wow.
her was, yeah, just watching her, it got me so excited and like really motivated to do well and make Anthony proud and Miss Elegance organisation proud as well. So to, to be
Have you worked with
that
Anthony for quite a
far,
while?
So I was the ambassador last year for Miss Elegance. So that's where we kind of first started working together and promoting the pageant. And he's very professional, but he absolutely has the biggest passion for pageantry. So it's great that he's put together this amazing pageant for girls that they can really enjoy and get involved in, and then get to compete internationally as well.
So how does
Very
that work?
exciting.
Will United States go on to Miss Elegance? Is that how it works, or is it vice
Wait,
versa?
sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
I'm sorry. So does Miss Global US go on to Miss Elegance, or is it vice
Um,
versa?
so Miss Elegance goes on to compete in Miss Global United States.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so it's the Miss Elegance of the World organization that are sending the Queen over. Yeah, so
Okay, because I was like, okay, so that's just trying to make sense of how you get here, or do they have to go there later on? So that's why I'm asking. So,
yeah, yeah.
all right,
Well, it's
and
a
what
new
is the
pageant,
hardest
so
part? Yeah, go ahead.
no, it's just saying it's a new pageant, so it's good to kind of clarify and like make people aware of like how it works and if they want to get involved, how to go about doing it.
And so for Miss Global US, is there still that very strong bond with community service here as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think they just want people to show initiative and to be involved in the community. So I guess it's like everything. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it, and that's probably what they'll be looking for.
Anthony's on. He's on from Ireland as well, or I'm assuming the UK. I'm not sure. I guess
Yeah,
Ireland.
he's in the
And he
UK.
says, can I just say, Dani is doing us so proud. We're so excited that she's
Oh,
representing us and the UK and Ireland at the Miss Global United States pageant. So thank you, Anthony,
oh,
for
thank you, Anthony.
having a great title holder that that wants to be part of a global action and being able to change not just your area in Dublin, but because you're just outside of Dublin, or you're in Dublin proper.
In Dublin, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then
yeah.
of course being able to expand that out, beyond where you are. That I mean that's what people don't understand with pageants, is that they see and I say this over and over again. You either see the things that went wrong the pageant night before, or you
Mhm.
hear the controversial question on stage where everyone goes, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, how could they have asked that?" Or you see reality TV, and I don't, and that's not what this is about. That this is about
Yeah.
title holders really being, changing the world, being ambassadors to where they are. Like,
Yeah.
that really opens doors, because you're going to meet all of these women and be able to tell them about your country and, what happens. And I know pageantry isn't as strong in the UK, so that's got to be kind of frustrating as well. Like, you know,
I think it's up and coming. There's a lot of things happening in the UK and Ireland now, and it takes a person like Anthony just to take a risk and like go after something big, and the more you build it, the bigger and better it gets.
no,
But
I
I
agree.
definitely agree.
Go ahead.
I definitely agree with what you're saying though. And I also love that like pageantry, I don't know for you or anyone else, but for me it makes the world seem so much smaller as well, like in a good way. Because like I have friends that I've met doing different pageants from all over the world. So that's what I love as well.
Yeah, I love the fact that, like, we had a little when we were on Instagram, one of the girls that was a regular crownie, she was on here constantly. We were talking about competing, and she got information on a pageant here just from
Hmm.
us talking about it with somebody that was a title holder. She went on, she competed, and I was judging nationals this year at the pageant she was at, and there she was, and
Oh,
I was like,
oh.
I mean, how I mean, I get chills when I think about it, because I'm like, how small of a community do we have that, so
Yeah,
specialized, and to think that this young lady got inspired to get information on a system, go and compete in her state, and then went on to nationals as well.
that's
And
incredible though.
then what are the chances I was judging? Like I mean, and actually we do. My husband and I judge, both of us. So a lot of times he'll judge one age group and I'll judge another. And it turned out that he was judging hers but didn't know her. And then he started telling me
Oh,
that this amazing young lady and she placed and
and it
I want
all
you to
added
meet
up.
her. And I saw her and I went, oh my God.
Oh, that's so nice though. It really
Yeah.
is.
So for
Oh.
you, what's been the most amazing experience with someone that you've met through pageantry?
Um, oh my God. There's been so many. Um, I don't think I could just narrow it down to one. Like, I literally have realized that, like, whenever you get put through to a different pageant or you might get another crown or something, I got blown away by just people like contacting you and like calling you up or sending you a message. And like, it's more than just like support or like being kind. Like, they actually believe in you. So I find it so sweet that like you have all this support, but people actually believing that you can do well and believing that you can win. And that's what blows me away. The amount of people that are around you and go out of their way to kind of give you a nice message and say that they trust that you can win and do well. So sweet.
Do you find that you are noticed more because of your acting career or more because of your pageant career?
Um, I don't know. That's a really good question. maybe like maybe both in different circles. So definitely like in acting, like actors, we all know each other. Ireland is pretty small, and you work with the same people, so you're kind of everyone's on each other's radar all the time. But I think pageantry, as I said, it's kind of more like I have a lot of friends in the UK doing it. I have some now in the US. Hopefully, I'll get more. So I guess you're just always on each other's radar. So it depends on their interest, I guess.
It's gonna be interesting too, because like as your pageant career continues and as you get more um, connections, I find
Yeah,
that my world gets smaller and smaller. Like you said,
absolutely.
the world in pageantry is pretty small, but it really connects people in a way that I have not felt in any other community.
Yeah, because we're all going through the same thing. Like, I know not every pageant's the same, but it's still like we're all setting similar goals and we're all trying to reach kind of the same goals. And we're, like, we help each other as well. So that's a big part of it. Like, I learn from other people, you know.
I mean, and there's no like I always laugh because people are like, "Oh, can you give me some special tips?" And I'm like, "It's not. There's no book on it. We,
Yeah,
we all work as a community to try to support each other." And I always say, real queens fix other queens' crowns without letting them know they were crooked to begin with.
yeah, yeah.
So it's our job to take care of our sister queens and to help them be successful as well. So
Yeah, and I think like it's great to celebrate everyone else's like success because like it's not always going to be you. So you have to always just celebrate everyone's success and just see that they've done it. So maybe one day you'll get there, you know. So it's all about
yeah.
supporting each other.
All right. If there is one piece of advice that you could give to someone that was thinking about competing in a pageant, what would that piece of advice be?
Choose what your goal is in the pageant. Don't compare yourself to anyone else and enjoy it. Have fun. Make the most of it.
Absolutely. I agree. And if you guys have questions, please, you can ask them in the chat. Just make sure that they are PG-13. We do have young viewers that watch, so I will only ask questions that are appropriate. So make sure you keep it clean. And then in the meantime, I'm going to do really quick while we look for questions. I'm going to do this or that. So
Okay.
so it's one or the other, maybe three, depending on what ideas I come up with. But I always do like makeup or no makeup.
No makeup.
No makeup, and I agree. Do you do sneakers or heels?
Heels. I love the
Dresses or
height.
sweats?
Dresses.
Okay. Do you like? Do you do water or tea?
tea. Oh my God, I'm Irish. I love tea.
But you guys don't do iced tea, do you?
No, it's generally just like warm tea, milk,
Do
biscuit.
you still do tea time, like generally in the afternoon, or no?
Like I probably drink about 8 cups a day. So yeah, tea time happens a lot for me.
So I guess the question should have been coffee or tea, right?
Yeah, I'd still say tea. Yeah.
There we go. All right, and oh, my brain just shut down. Are you a late night person or a late morning person?
Definitely a late night person.
Thank goodness,
I
because we
do
got on really late.
I do like getting up early and like being productive, but I like staying up late and I find it hard to turn off as well. So
Really? Do you really?
yeah, like I always have like things like ideas and like plans of what I want to do. So I kind of have a notebook beside my bed and jot things down and get an idea, get kind of excited and it's quite
Do
hard
you
to sleep
find
then.
yourself curling up with a good book, or do you find yourself curling up with technology?
It depends where I am. If I'm on holidays, definitely like music because I'm zoned out. Read a book during the day. But yeah, I guess like to be perfectly honest, like now I'm just going through scripts and revising like scripts I have to know. I have a play coming up next week, so it's just constantly like
Oh,
going through
so you're
lines.
running.
Yeah. So that's kind of my last little bit I do before falling asleep in bed.
Do you find it's really hard? I know we talked about this last time around, but do you find it's really hard going into another character, especially preparing for it, and keeping your character separate from real life?
No, like that's the fun part. That's why I love acting, like playing someone else. Like I found like pageantry is very different because you're being yourself and you're being honest. Like, and sometimes that's even more scarier than playing a character, you know? It's easy to hide behind a character, but when you're being yourself, you're putting yourself out there.
I would think that that has to be kind of harder to untrain your body. As a professional, you've trained yourself to be a character. So
Yeah.
when they tell you be yourself, how does that feel? Like when you first have to take that risk and go, what does that mean?
Well, I think you just have to like take a step back and just trust yourself rather than putting on some type of show. Just like knowing you'll be okay, like just being yourself rather than trying to step up and be the best person. Like I think people always see through that and the truth always comes out. So you're better off just being honest and
It'll
it'll
be
stand
really
for you.
hard to fake it for 365 days.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
If you
acting,
win,
but not that much.
yeah, but if you win, like you have this title for a year, so are you going to fake being this person for a year?
Yeah,
That's a
exactly. You
whole
just
long
want to be
time.
yourself. Yeah, that's such a good point. Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. All right. Is there anything you want to share? I know you got to get to bed. You probably are wanting to run lines and stuff, and this has taken way longer than we thought. So I'm so grateful that you hung in there. But what would you like to share with us that maybe we haven't touched on yet?
Well, I think I've kind of like said I love this opportunity. I feel like so blessed and so lucky to have it. I'm so grateful for Miss Elegance of the UK for sending me to the US to compete internationally. The competition is getting bigger and better every year. So I definitely like say to girls that maybe are thinking of getting into pageantry or have like high hopes of going to compete internationally to get in touch, go onto the website and check it out. It is such a fun pageant, and even being the ambassador, I loved that last year. And the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So go for it.
Awesome. Anthony, do you want to put in chat so that I can read it off what the website is? Or Dani, do you want to tell me the website so they can find you guys
Yeah.
in the
So
UK?
it's it's misseleganceoftheworld.com.
Okay.
And
And
then
then how do they get? Go ahead.
we also have a Facebook as well and an Instagram, Miss Elegance of the
All right.
World.
So misseleganceoftheworld.com.
Yeah.
And then for Miss Global United States, how do they find out more information about Miss Global United States?
So yeah, that's MissGlobalUnitedStates.com as well. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And
And how do they?
they're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay, and is it because I thought it was U.S. So I guess I know I wasn't sure if it was printed out United States or U.S. or not. So Anthony says that he's so proud of his queen, our queen,
Oh.
and that MissEleganceOfTheWorld.com is how we find you, obviously. And then if we want, is that the best place to find you on Instagram or on Facebook? How do we get in touch with you, Dani?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. My handle is Elegance 19. And I also have a blog on the MissEleganceOfTheWorld.com website. I have my own website as well, DaniMasterson.com. And I'm also on Facebook.
And if you really want to do it, you can go to IMDb and look up Dani Masterson. I know that that's quirky. I think that's so awesome that you have an IMDb page. So
yeah,
you know, and I'm so thrilled that you're continuing this pageant journey and continuing to you know, compete and change your world and be able to make a difference. And you know, that's really what positive pageantry is all about. So thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, and thank you for all the support. And I'm so sorry for all the confusion at the start. You're very good for keep on trying, and we got there in the end. So
yeah, we just had to keep trying different formats for it to be able to work. So the good thing is that we got you on one way or another. Now this is already on YouTube, so I don't even have to do post on it. I mean, it's going to be what it is. But then I can go in and add comments to it. So if you can look for it, it's already live, so you guys can share it for your social media, Anthony. So please use it as much as you want. Use it for whatever you need. If you want to come on again, let's definitely touch base, because I would love to be able to help give you guys more attention. We've got a small group, but our small group is pretty tight, and it gets a lot of recognition when we least expect it. So.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Like, I really do appreciate it. And hopefully we will meet up when I'm over in July.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's only a couple-hour drive for me, so it's just a matter of, I think we're off that week, and I have one other obligation that I might have. So I kind of agreed to that first. I just have to check, but I think that we should be able to come up. So that would be great.
Oh, that'd be amazing. We'll figure it out, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, my love, thanks so much for being on. We're so grateful. Thanks for being up late night and keeping and trying again and again. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for Anthony. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, no, my pleasure. Yes, go support Dani. Absolutely. We want to. Absolutely. So we're going to have to work this out. So, and thank you so much for having a great community for people to be able to see you and support you. And it seems like you've got an amazing director that's there really trying to help you, you know, be a better person and representative for the world, which is awesome.
Oh, thank you so much for everything, Stacey. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dani.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, everybody, that wraps up our show for the night. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Anthony, the director of Miss Elegance of the World. We're so grateful for having your amazing queen on. And we'll look forward to supporting her at Miss Global United States in July here in Orlando, Florida. So with that being said, thanks for joining us, guys. It's been a great show. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. If you haven't already, please go on to our Facebook and like us, Pageantrynow. We have Instagram and Twitter to follow us on. And then we also have a subscribe for YouTube, Pageantrynow, or you can always be our fans here. Either way, all of you are our crownies, and we're so grateful for this opportunity. So have a good night, guys. Bye. That's it out.